The reasons for deciding to close an LLP may be many, such as inactivity or non-operation, closure of business of LLP, passing away of key people of the LLP, a dispute among the partners, LLP being defunct, etc. The first and foremost is to understand the different ways in which an LLP comes to an end. And here are three situations. Striking off the LLP by declaring it as defunct. When an LLP is inactive for over 1 year, and there is no business operation, the easiest method is to make an application for striking off the name of LLP under Rule 37 by filing Form 24. Voluntary winding up of LLP. The LLP makes an application for its winding up to the NCLT. With the consent of 3/4 majority of partners, it may apply to wind up the LLP voluntarily. The voluntary winding up is conducted by the liquidator, who sells the assets of the LLP and pays the creditors from the proceeds. Based on the liquidator report, the NCLT passes the order to wind up the LLP on its satisfaction in the given facts and circumstances. Compulsory winding up of LLP by NCLT. On an application by the creditors to whom the LLP is unable to pay its debt, or on an application by any partner, the ROC or the Government of India, the NCLT may start the compulsory winding up process. An LLP liquidator is appointed to dispose of the assets and pay the debts of the LLP, and if satisfied, the NCLT makes an order for compulsory winding up of the LLP. Difference between winding up and striking off. Winding off. In an NCLT winding off, the LLP comes to an end and cannot be revived in due course of time. The liquidator sells all the assets of the LLP and settles off the liabilities from the proceeds of the liquidation process. The winding up is final and brings a definite end to the LLP, and no one remains liable for the outstanding liabilities that could not be paid during the liquidation process. Striking off. Whereas a striking off the LLP is a process based on the declaration of the partners of the LLP and no official liquidator is involved. Based on the affidavits of truthfulness and an indemnity bond from the partners that they shall be personally liable for any future liability of the LLP, the ROC strike off the name of the LLP. The effect of the striking off of the LLP is that there is no compliance requirement, and for all practical purposes, the LLP has been closed. However, in case there are any government dues, tax dues, or any liability that comes up after the striking off the LLP, the partners of the LLP remain personally responsible. Before filing for striking off, we advise you to settle all disputes, accounts, and pay all dues. Striking off defunct or inactive LLP under the Rule 37 of the LLP Rules 2019. For the defunct LLP which has had no business activities for more than 1 year, Rule 37 of the LLP Act lays down an easy method to close the LLP by filing a simplified application to the ROC in Form 24. The closing of an LLP via Form 24 is known as the striking of the name of the LLP from the Register of LLP, maintained by the ROC. For striking of the name of the LLP, the designated partners must settle the books of account of the LLP, sell all the assets of the LLP, pays the debts and liabilities. The conditions for applicability of Rule 37 for striking of LLP is as under. Inactivity. The LLP must be defunct or inactive for at least 1 year before the date of filing Form 24 for striking off the name of LLP. Inactivity means that the LLP has not carried any commercial transaction in the past year. Mere payment of dues or receipt of money does not amount to commercial activity. Assets or liability. The LLP does not own any asset, and there must not be any liability. The financial statement must show nil assets and nil liabilities. Partners' consent. All partners of the LLP must consent to strike off the LLP. In case of dispute between partners, Form 24 is not applicable. CA certification. A chartered accountant must attest to the statement of accounts showing nil assets and liabilities in practice. The date of the statement should be within 30 days on which Form 24 is being filed. Annual return. The LLP must have filed its annual return in Form 11 and Form 8 for its active period. Refer to Sub-Rule 1A of Rule 37 of the LLP rules. Check DIN status. Every year DIR3 KYC must be filed to keep the DIN active for the LLP partners. Check the DIN status. If the KYC has not been filed, please do file the DIN KYC. Check DSC validity. As the application for striking of the LLP is filed with the use of digital signature, check if the DSC is valid for the partners. If not, go for DSC renewal. Stepwise process of making an application to strike off the LLP. Number 1. Partners meeting. Convene a meeting of all the partners and obtain consent from all the partners for making an application to strike off the LLP. Number 2. Sale of assets and payment of dues. If the LLP has any assets, first sell them and pay all the liabilities so that therein nil asset and nil liability in the LLP. Number 3. Close bank account. The bank account of the LLP need to close and obtain a closure certificate from the banker along with the final statement. Number 4. Statement of account. Prepare a statement of account and get it certified by a chartered accountant in practice. The statement should not be older than 30 days on the date of filing Form 24. Number 5. Affidavits and indemnity bond. All the partner has to swear in an affidavit about the truthfulness of the particulars of documents and information being filed in Form 24. The partners are also required to sign an indemnity bond taking personal responsibility for any future liability that may arise for the LLP. Number 6. Filing of Form 24. Finally, the prescribed Form 24 for striking off the LLP is filed with the ROC along with the scanned copy of supporting documents. The Form 24 is filed with the DSC of partners and needs certification from CA, CS or CMA. List of documents for filing application to strike off the LLP. Number 1. Consent of all the partners. Number 2. Bank closure statement. Number 3. CA certified statement of accounts. Number 4. Copy of ITR acknowledgement of LLP. Number 5. LLP agreement. Number 6. Affidavits of all partners. Number 7. Indemnity bond of all partners. Number 8. Identity and current address proof of partners. Stamp duty and notary. All the partners of the LLP have to file an affidavit and indemnity bond prepared on the appropriate value of the non-judicial stamp paper. The affidavits and the indemnity bonds are required to be witnessed or attested by a notary public. The stamp duty may differ from state to state. Hence you should check the appropriate stamp paper value from the local vendors. Generally, 100 rupees stamp paper is applicable for indemnity bond and 50 rupees to 100 is applicable on affidavits. The notary attestation is an activity where the deponent of the affidavit of the person making the indemnity bond signs in the presence of the notary. Hence, you should take the affidavits and indemnity bond after purchasing the stamp paper to the local notary's office for attestation. Benefits of closing inactive or dormant LLP. Free from compliance burden. Certain legal compliance needs to be done even if the LLP does not do any business or is inactive. There is no relaxation from filing TDS or GST returns even if there is no transaction. Similarly, annual compliance like filing of ITR, Form 11 and Form 8 with the ROC is a must. Any failure on these aspects results in a heavy penalty. By closing an LLP that does not intend to do business, it is relieved of compliance burden. Save money on compliance. As already discussed, even if the LLP does not do any business, it must file various returns under the law. There is a substantial cost regarding the professional fee for doing several compliances. If a due date for the compliance is missed, then it leads to an additional fee payable at 100 rupees for each day of delay. Therefore, in these circumstances, closing an inactive LLP is always a wise decision that will ultimately result in saving money in the long term. Move on in life. The decision to make an LLP always starts with the hope of making it big, but everything planned may not meet the same fate. Business decisions can go wrong. Hence, if the plans are not going well or the team that started the journey together does not seem in sync, it is always better to conclude the LLP and move on in life. For more information, call us at 9899600605 or visit our website www.setindiabiz.com.